Alright, today I'll be showing you how to get Iron in Valheim, where and how I like to get it. I know some people just like to do their own things, but this is how I like to set it up. First thing you need to do is find a swamp biome. So it'll look like a dark purple on the map, and I'll let you know when you're in it in the top right corner of your mini map. I like to set up a forward base to place a portal in case I die and I have to run back. You will also need to bring your skeleton key that you get from the Elder to unlock the crypts. There's going to be a bunch of new enemies that you haven't faced yet in the swamp. Make sure these leeches don't destroy your boat, and also there'll be a few draugrs outside the crypt, so you got to clear them out before you go in. And once you get in, you'll most likely have to face some blobs that will poison you if you get hit by them. You can brew a poison resistance mead that will negate some of the damage. And then just start mining these muddy scrap piles and you'll slowly get some iron scraps out of it. The enemies can kind of get overwhelming in these tight quarters, so what I do is I'll try to poke them down with arrows or using the spear whenever I get a chance to, or the etagir, whatever it's called. You're most likely going to run out of inventory space, so you're going to have to make multiple trips back to your boat and drop off all the iron scrap that you get. Another thing to look out for in these crypts are these body piles, and they act as the draugr spawners, so just kind of poke them down whenever you can, just so you won't be swarmed by enemy spawns. So it's a pretty effective method to mine half the muddy scrap pile, or almost all of it, and leave yourself a little wiggle room so you can shoot and poke these enemies down. Another thing to check for is these chests. Usually they will have a good amount of iron and loot in them, so don't ignore them. There's definitely worth taking and looting. So as you can see, from one crypt you almost get a full boatload inventory of iron. So at that point, clear off all the leeches around your boat and then you just set sail back home. And this is probably the point in the journey where it's the most scary, just because you have so much to lose. Since you have your boat filled up with iron, and you really don't want to run into anything that might cause you to lose that iron. So everything's pretty much on edge and on the line. And of course, I always try to find the fastest route home, which then led me to a dead end and having to double the length of the journey back. And of course, it wouldn't be a full voyage if you didn't get a visit from the sea serpent. A very scary enemy for sure. Just make sure you have arrows and a bow so you can try and fend it off, because once you do bring it down to a certain HP, it will run away. Or in my case, it changed to daytime, and I don't believe the serpent will attack you in daytime, so I lucked out because my boat was at half health, so yeah, I got very lucky there. And then I made it home. Nothing like pulling into your little port after a long journey out at sea. Really satisfying. And then the very grueling process of running down with your cart and picking up all the ore that you've gotten, and then bringing it back to your house. But besides that, I mean, that's really all is to it. You just now make the bigger boat, increase storage space on that boat, and then you take another trip, but this time you go and clear 3 to 4 crypts, and then you're pretty much set on iron for a while. The iron armor can get kind of expensive, being I think 20 bars each for each piece of the set, so you're gonna need a lot. And if you want to build all the iron fixtures and upgrade your forge a bit, so it does take quite a bit of iron. So you're gonna want to, next step, build a bigger boat and then sail back to the swamp again and grab more iron. At this point, you're just gonna, start cranking out iron in your forges. Make sure you have enough charcoal available, or coal, whatever it's called. And yeah, just keep smelting, and then just start forging your iron stuff, and that's pretty much it. Let me know if this video helped you guys at all, and if you want to see any other guides made. I don't know, I'm just messing around with video, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks for watching.